for.
Okay.
And we are live. Hey guys, Coach Daniel Chamberlain here, Coaching 101 podcast. We're with Ace Sports at the Texas High School Coaches Association Coaching School down here in the pits of the Expo Hall, selling up some video boards. I'm joined by Coach today. He's over with Edge Sports. He'll pitch his stuff here in just a moment. If you haven't looked into Ace Sports yet, you're really missing out on a fundraising cheat code. acesports.com. You can email mark.bridges@acesports. You can DM me. I can get you where you need to go. Look at these boards, see how they can help you fundraise to get big ticket items. It really is a cheat code. acesports.com. Coach, I appreciate you. I've been watching you over there just slinging stuff today, so I'm so glad that you could finally that you got freed up so that I can talk to you, because that's what we're here for. Oh.
Yeah, I'm excited to be on here. It's a great honor, and look forward to chatting with you for a little bit.
Yeah. So introduction, man.
So my name is Rob Zimmerman. I'm the head coach at Dewitt High School in Michigan. I also work for Edge Sports, and that's why I'm here as a vendor. Only my second trip to Texas, so it's been a great time for us. This is a great event.
Yeah, I was down here for the AD convention just, 3 weeks ago or whatever. They do things much bigger here. I can't imagine a clinic like this in Oklahoma.
No question. In Michigan, we don't have anything this size either. I mean, this is the biggest event I've been to, and I've been coaching a long time, so it certainly says something. But what a tremendous production they have here. I mean, this is incredible, to be honest.
Yeah, this is one of those things you legitimately write home about. You get home and you go, how can we replicate some of that? Because this is awesome. I think there's 14,000 coaches here today, and another 10,000 vendors. That's a bunch of people.
Yeah, no question. I was thinking the same thing, how can we do this in Michigan to continue to get bigger and better like this?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk about your program, man. You were just telling me 23 years? Is that what you said, 26?
I've been the head coach at Dewitt in Michigan for 26 years, starting my 27th right now. And we start August 11th. I know they start the 4th down here, but we're a week later. And so been there a long time.
Well, that's awesome. Seeing someone have sustained success. You're telling me about your playoff success and semifinals the majority of the years you've been there. That's awesome. I mean, any coach that can maintain and sustain that success is doing something right.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate in Dewitt. I mean, have great, just tremendous community support, and we're one of those programs. When you think about kind of the Friday Night Lights thing, as far as Michigan goes, we have it. Our atmosphere is tremendous, and been very fortunate to coach a lot of great kids, and have maintained the same staff for the majority of my time, or a long period of it. So it's allowed us to be pretty successful. We've been in the semis, I think 16 of my 26 years of semifinals or finals, and a lot of things go into that, but we're pretty proud of what we've been able to accomplish.
Doing it at the high school level, where you can't lock down a quarterback for 10 years, right? That's something else.
Yeah.
That rollover, y'all are doing it. I mean, and it comes down to your staff. I think a lot of longevity in 10 years is the success is bred by that.
Yeah, no question. The quarterback thing has been a big part of our success. We've had 11 all-state quarterbacks in that duration, and many of them gone on to play in college. And so, again, we've been blessed with some great kids, and kids that have worked really hard. We don't have a ton of Division I kids. We have an awful lot of college players, a lot of D2 kids, but we have great community where these kids grow up playing together and develop, and that's a big part of our success.
Oh, man, that's awesome. So, we was talking regional football earlier today on the show, and down here, I think the slot T is kind of the regional thing to do. Coach Bush came on the show when we were at the AD convention, and unfortunately, I think I missed his timeline today. He's a very busy man, trying to get him back on the show. But what's the regional thing in Michigan? What are people doing that's like, we're not doing this anywhere else?
I'm not sure if we're different than anybody else, but it kind of depends on the area of Michigan that you're in. On the west side of the state is a lot different than the east side. There's a lot of wing T and tighten down football, and get over by Detroit and some of the suburban areas, a lot more spread, wide open, 10 personnel. So we're kind of in between. Our program, we're 12 personnel, and we're going to hop in and out of single wing all the way to empty and give you a ton of different looks. So we're pretty diverse in Michigan as far as what we have from a scheme standpoint.
Those Upper Peninsula guys, I have a good friend of mine, Jordan Hoover, is a former Marine, and he's a assistant coach up there. And I would screw up the name even if I could say those names. But anyway, he's a UP guy. Do you see a cultural difference there in football? Do you guys go play them ever?
So we actually have taken 2 trips to the UP. It's been a little while, and they were long trips. We played 2 different schools up there, and it's a different deal because the weather has a huge impact, and UP kids are tough as nails. I mean, it's as rural as you get, But we took 2 different trips up there, about 7-hour drives for both of them. Made it a long weekend, and man, it was just a great experience with both those schools. My family's from the UP, so I have some pretty strong ties up there. But they were just great events for us, and the football up there is different. I mean, the communities are old school, and a lot of the scheme is old school, and just hard-nosed kids because it's a different environment what they deal with.
Yeah. Well, it's cool. It's neat. Oklahoma, we've got diversity. We've got, the green country we call the east side of state. And then out west, it's the desert. So, I think, the kids are different in those conditions as well.
Right.
We kind of get the mountain kids and then the desert kids. So, definitely the communities are different. They're all doing football different. I don't think we have anything super regional. So, it's pretty neat to see when somebody's so multicultural like that.
Right. Yeah, Michigan, climate-wise, with having all the lakes and the rivers and us being such a big state, if you drive from the bottom of down by Detroit to the west end of the Upper Peninsula, it's kind of like Texas. I think it's probably a 13-hour drive to go from one to the other. So in the UP, it gets really, really cold, and, the weather's a lot different. It's like northern Minnesota in the Upper Peninsula. So that is a lot different than football in Detroit for sure.
Is that a home field advantage thing, you think? Everybody else talks about the Buffalo Bills get home field advantage because it's so cold.
Absolutely. When we went to play up there, one of the schools, great program, they had a bleacher. Their bleachers were on the home field side or on the visitor side. And so you had all of their 3,000, 4,000 people just screaming at you the whole time. And they didn't have any bleachers behind them. I've never seen anything like it. But
wow.
You talk about the weather and going up there, and then you have an old school setting like that. It was different. It's certainly one of those things that you don't see in very many places.
That would be it'd be a little odd. I'm sure it gets cold enough over in the Detroit area. Like ball is just going to be different when it's that cold. But you think about like the tundra games, right? Like the frozen tundra,
yeah.
The Green Bay Packers. I don't really want to go coach that, much less have I can't imagine having to make a tackle or try to break a big run when everything is pretty much frozen.
We had 2 years ago, we were playing in the state semifinals over by Grand Rapids, the west part of Michigan, and it was an actual blizzard warning. So we still had it, and it was like the frozen tundra. It was cold, and we got, I think, 10 to 12 inches of snow that day, and it was an actual blizzard warning during the semifinal game.
I love it.
Yeah, it was great.
That's a whole different form of ball, though. How much do you take that into account when you're game planning for the year? Do you change your overall scheme, or just those late games, do you have to make changes?
Well, we used to sling the ball around a lot, and I think our program's known for throwing the ball quite a bit, but we've become much more run-oriented over the years just because of the potential weather issues that you have, because you absolutely cannot throw in that. And it seems like in Michigan, if you're going to make a deep run every year, you're going to have at least one game where the weather is really a concern, and the run game is super important. So we have changed kind of the approach that we take because of weather. If you're a playoff-bound team year in and year out, you need to take that into consideration for sure.
Do y'all see a lot more zone scheme or gap scheme in your area?
We're a lot more gap scheme than zone. I think there was a big push for quite a while with zone, but there's a lot more gap scheme now than what there used to be, for sure.
It seems like I don't know if for some reason, like those blue-collar towns, man, gap scheme just hits better. You know what I mean? We don't have all the flashy athletes, but, man, we can block down, kick out, and hit the seam.
Yep, no question. If you're on the east side of the state with suburban areas, there's maybe a little bit more athleticism, and so you see a little bit more zone there. But you get outside of Detroit, Saginaw, Flint, and gap scheme's a lot more prevalent for sure.
Yeah, I've always been a big power counter guy, and then, of course, I work with Kenny Simpson, who's buck sweep and belly, and I don't think there's a wrong way to run gap scheme, just run gap scheme.
Yeah, no question.
How have you paired, you said you like to sling it around a bunch and your program's kind of known for that. How have you found pairing gap scheme with your passing game? How do you do that? How do you game plan that?
So we've gone a lot, we've gone away a lot from being a drop back, even play action team, a lot more RPOs and one-word calls and that type of stuff. So we really have changed, I guess, our passing approach. We threw for, I think, just over 2,500 yards last year, and we rushed for over 4,500. We were over 7,000 yards on the season. So our pass game has become a lot more RPO type thing, or quick game that's pre-snap. We do not pocket throw like we used to nearly as much. The pass protection is way easier, as you know, as things have changed, and so that's kind of the biggest thing for us. We'll still throw the football, but it's not as, I guess, wide open passing game. We've been very successful still, but it's a lot more dictated, tied in with the run.
I want to kind of talk about the longevity of your tenure there and how offenses have evolved. I kind of get the impression that football's getting watered down for our high school athletes because it's a win now attitude. We have transfer portal in Oklahoma. I don't know if y'all do or not, but kid can just go. So it's like you don't have the time to develop. And then look what college is doing, right? There's no such thing as a sitting guy for 3 years and then he's going to get his big year.
Yeah.
Have you seen that be the case? Do you have to water things down to keep these athletes involved?
We fortunately do not have to because we don't have school of choice. Michigan, you can't transfer. If you do, you have to sit out for a year. But we don't have kids moving into our community. The kids that we have are Dewitt kids from when they're little all the way up until they play for us. So it hasn't impacted us. It has a lot in a lot of different parts of the state. But for us, we're able to groom them to our system from when they're little all the way up. And that's been a huge plus, that community piece and the development of our kids. As I said, we don't have as many phenomenal athletes as some places, but we have a lot of real good athletes that work hard and they want to be great Dewitt Panthers when they get bigger. And so we're still kind of more traditional from that standpoint. It hasn't impacted us the same way.
How do you keep, I know you said your passing game is going to a lot more RPO. It seems like the intermediate passing game is disappearing out of football. I mean, you said it yourself, quick game, RPO, get the ball out quick, eliminates your high school quarterback from making, mistakes or holding the ball too long. How do we get those back? How do we get those big explosive plays on these intermediate routes?
Yeah, I think because when we do throw intermediates, it's play action, and we're still very successful with it. I mean, we did. Our quarterback was first team All-State last year and averaged, I think he had 71% completion. It wasn't all bubbles. We had a lot of intermediate. We still took some shots. We just don't throw it 30 times a game because we run the ball very well. He probably, off the top of my head, I think he probably averaged 19, 20 passes a game. So to me, the biggest thing is we're not going to give you a straight drop anymore because we had thrown the ball so much, people would just fly out. It just makes it so much tougher from a dealing with pressure standpoint, and then also people getting in the passing lanes and doing that type of stuff. So being a little more run-oriented, it's helped our pass game a great deal, to be honest. I mean, it's really been something that we don't have to commit so much time to the pass, even though we're still very good at it.
You said it, not all those passes are bubbles. I love that because there was another assistant coach on the team I helped with last year, and he was upset that, jet sweep, we toss it forward. It's a pass, right? And he's like, man, those should be rushing yards. I'm like, although they probably should be, coach. The rule states that's a pass.
Yeah.
But we need something to give our quarterbacks a little love. It's a very run-heavy offense. And, if he's going to have 10 passes tonight, 4 of them is going to be jet sweep.
Yeah, our quarterback last year so we lost in the semifinals, so we played 13 games. He had 37 touchdown passes and 1 interception. So we still throw the ball enough, to be successful. Yeah. We just rushed for a lot more, but we threw, as I said, for about 2,500, but he did have 37 touchdown passes.
You talked about having a bunch of kids going to the next level, D2, whatever, D3, NAIA, those kind of schools. What's kind of your secret to success to getting those kids looks, getting them seen by colleges and pushing them out to that next level?
I think, I've been at DeWitt for a long time, as I said, and so that certainly helps. Been able to build relationships. We have a lot of really, really good Division II schools in Michigan. I mean, obviously we have Michigan State, but Grand Valley and Ferris State's won, I think, 3 of the national titles in the last couple of years. So Division II football in Michigan is outstanding. Having been at DeWitt as long as I have, and us having been pretty successful, it's not hard to push your kids, right? I mean, knowing the coaches and having built that relationship makes it a little bit easier, certainly for us.
Seems like just another thing in football that comes back to relationships. It's just it is everything.
Yeah, no question. And Tony Anise, that's head coach at Ferris, that's won the 3 national titles, was one of my mentors way back when I first started coaching. I worked football camps for him. I learned a lot from him with what we do, and we do a little bit of what Ferris does right now. They're tremendous from an offensive standpoint. So again, relationships are everything. Yeah. Kids and with their fellow coaches and college coaches.
Awesome. Coach, just one more question here, and
Sure.
I'll let you go. Tell me about Edge Sports. What are you guys doing for the football community?
So Edge Sports, I mean, our emphasis, honestly, it started with preventing fumbles. Our owner is a big University of Michigan fan, and like 15 years ago, he's watching a game, and they fumbled like 5 times. He said, I'm going to come up with something. And so he developed some technology for arm sleeves, for wrist coaches or playmakers, you want to call it. And then our latest thing, and probably our biggest seller, is we have knee sleeves that have technology that keeps knee braces from sliding. You know, your offensive, defensive linemen, that's like the biggest issue, is having something to hold those braces in place. And we, the owners developed this technology, so we've been selling them for just a little over a year in several of the MAC schools, Division II colleges, and then a lot of high schools in Michigan. It's been a great seller for us. So those are kind of the points of emphasis with our company. And I got started with them because we started using some of these products ourselves, and they offered me a position on the side to go along with coaching. And because I was a fan of what they sold, you know, I became involved with the company.
It's pretty easy. When you get good companies and good products, I mean, same with Ace, right? Like, I'm here because I'm a fan of what they do. I'm a fan of how they help coaches turn programs around. You know, we got the Kenny Simpson success stories, but coaches across the nation are getting these boards, and then all of a sudden it's a flooding of funding because look at this model, and they hold your hand through it. It's just an amazing company. It's easy to work for.
Yeah, I love what I've seen of them. I mean, I haven't been around them, but hearing and then seeing the board itself, my goodness, they do just a great job. And I think this separates them, as you mentioned, is just the fundraising piece, helping people to raise money and then to continue to get money out of it. It's just a different approach than other companies that do the same type of thing.
And staying out of your pocket, right? Yeah. Because everyone else is like, I need my 10%, I need my 20%. No, Ace is like, we don't cost any money to go do the fundraising for you. That's part of the package. That's part of the cost of the board.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, right? We're going to help you set up. We're going to teach you. That's the biggest thing, is like they teach you the ad revenue fundraising model, and then you can use it for everything. Yeah. And it's so neat to see.
Yeah, no question. I'm taking it back home, and we're going to push to see what we can do in Dewitt, because what a great company, and their approach, as you've said, it's just different, you know, and that's why they're so successful.
I got to speak with Jason a little while. He's the owner of the company. I spoke with him at dinner last night, and really about and I've said it a few times, it's the farm-to-table mentality of Ace Sports. They're going to manufacture all the parts. They're going to, if you need service, their service trucks come in. There's no third party. Everything's in-house. 10-year warranty, because they put the best quality products into these boards. And that's so much neater than like these other guys where you're going to deal with a third party. Now we can't get that part for a month. We've shipped you the wrong part 3 times. Your administration's furious. You don't have to deal with that with Ace Sports. So that farm to table, man, I think that's where it's at.
Yeah, absolutely. I've never seen anything like it. I just, as I said, I've been so impressed with learning more about the company and how they approach things. I just think it's why they're so successful right now, and why people are putting these boards at different schools.
Absolutely. Coach, man, I don't want to take any time. I know your booth needs you over there killing it for them. Thank you so much for coming over and talking a little football with me.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for having me on. I greatly appreciate it. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Appreciate you guys. We'll be back at around 3 o'clock, so about 45 minutes here, and we'll be jumping back online.